Yes, we are back and we are live, and it is on the tail end of one of the greatest knockouts ever witnessed. Y'all see the screen name tonight? It's Jake Paul fanboy number one, your boy Nick Diddy, here with my cousin Willie G, who also let y'all know that Tyrone was getting knocked the fuck out, and the stash Ben Doucette. How the fuck are you guys doing tonight?
Ben, I'll let you go first, man.
Doing pretty awesome, man. We had a great night of fights from the UFC last night. We had
Fuck the UFC.
You gotta let me get there first. We had a decent night of boxing until the knockout heard round the world. Tyron Woodley went full Toy Story mode and fucking pretended Andy was coming.
Cut my cam. I'm gonna orgasm again.
This fucking guy.
Will, what's going on, man?
Shit, I'm just chilling, man. Same old stuff. Crazy night of fights, man. Just shit. It's top to bottom, top quality, man. I mean, even the UFC card wasn't like stacked, but it ended up being, a real solid event. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. Just laughing at some of these dumbass things that people are putting on the internet, acting like it's fixed. Look, me and
honestly, best post-fight interview I've ever seen in my life. Only because of the pre-fight interview where he told Ariel, "I'ma fuck him up. Fuck him up, Ariel," and he was about to cry, and then he did.
Seriously,
I told you I was gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding, man. I mean, it was kind of rough going to start the fight. I mean, we'll go right into it. It was rough going to start that fight, man. I mean, there was not much happening, for the first couple rounds, but you could tell that number one, Woodley's stamina sucks. Here you go, Ben, just for you, bro.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yep. So, Woodley, I mean, and look, he came out there, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He tried to be more busy this time.
Looks like a fucking paper doll, dude.
Yeah, for real. He tried to be more busy this time, man, but it didn't work out for him. Nico, I even made this one for you, bro, and you didn't even acknowledge it, man. I thought that shit was insane.
Going down with the Titanic, man.
Well, no, he went down like the Titanic, but the band kept playing, man.
I don't feel like your heart was in the right place when you made that.
I think my heart was in the right place just for you, Nico.
But will your heart go on?
Hell yeah, it'll go on, man. Like whatever the Celine Dijon.
Look, bro, you're right to a certain extent that there wasn't much going on, but you see Jake setting up that overhead.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing about it, though,
great jabs and rights to the body so heavily in the first two rounds, dude. You knew he was getting ready to come over the top.
Right. Hey, so in between rounds, Jake Paul's corner, I heard them. I mean, not Jake Paul's corner, excuse me. Tyron Woodley's corner said he just wants to clinch with you, and I was like, are they fucking nuts? Like every time Woodley got close, he grabbed Jake Paul up. Even the announcers said it. They were like, he's going to have to stop clinching and try to fight on the inside, being the smaller guy. But every time he got close, he just grabbed Jake Paul and just held. And just held him. Man,
Jake was initiating clinch as well, though.
He was, but not even close to as much as Tyron, man.
No, I agree.
I'd say
I was telling my homie the same exact thing that you are, but Jake definitely initiated a few of them clinches.
I would say maybe Jake was responsible for 25% of them.
You had to expect that though, because he let you know up front he was trying to grab cheeks. How can you do that if you don't initiate the clinch? How else is he gonna feel that thickness?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, man. But I don't know, man. I didn't really see Tyron landing a whole lot of significant shots. I mean, he was swinging, but man, it didn't seem like he was doing any damage.
Dive, Will.
Yeah, there to take a dive, exactly. So me and Ben both professionally wrestled for a while, and Ben, I'd say that we're more experienced and our expertise is there more than the general public to say if it looks like somebody took a dive, or if they actually got hit. And I don't think that there's any way in the freaking world that Tyron Woodley took a dive, or he should be on WWE next week, because that's the best selling I've seen in my life.
Okay, let's say for example, like, or not for example, maybe that's the wrong word. For like, if people really thought that this was a dive, watch the clip that I think it was you sent us just recently. You can hear that punch.
Okay, so here's
You can't fake that sound. I don't give a fuck who you are and what you do. He hit that boy. He hit that boy so hard. Like,
y'all saw the status.
It was nasty.
Could Tyrone have taken that punch on purpose? Absolutely.
Sure.
100%. Could Jake have curled his right arm to tell Tyron, all right, now I need you to drop the hand for me to land this right? Could they have went over that shit in a hotel room at an undisclosed location and agreed upon this? And that's why the Rolex was presented to Tyron at the interview, and all these other factors that people want to say play in, and he did it for the bag. Absolutely. But you still cannot teach that power. You cannot. That is ungodly power. When you land face down, ass up, you are really sleeping. Anybody who's ever taken a dive, when they take a dive, they preserve their head. You do not crash face down like that.
Oh, for sure.
Don't do it.
Yep. No, you're right about that, man.
Like I said, it sounded like the guy got fucking hit with a baseball bat. Like,
bro,
you can't.
People saying Tyron rolled with the punch. Like Canelo rolls with punches. He rolled with it.
Well, I mean, it was like former UFC heavyweight Sean McCorkle chimed in on one of our posts and said, like, anybody who says that's a dive's never taken a punch before in their life. Like, that you're not taking a punch like that and then having the conscious ability to be like, oh, time to fall now, directly on my fucking melon. Like, come on, man.
The privilege of moving around with Julius this weekend, getting some rounds in, and even he, who was saying, this is the biggest fucking joke. When I seen him today, he was like, holy shit. Bro, that fucking punch was everything. Well, when he says it, when he give you the nod, it's normally like, all right, it's legit. Because he's hard pressed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the nastiest punches. Seriously, like, I know people don't want to give Jake Paul his credit and whatever. Okay, what's he done and all this other shit. That's what people try to say. But look, that was a legit, like, I'm not going to say Tyson in his prime because that'd be a little bit exaggerating, but that definitely was a big time knockout. Like, as far as landing flush like that was no joke, man.
I'm
watching people literally like, hey, because he didn't celebrate the way that other people celebrate when they knock him out as bullshit as stage. No, he understands his power. He understands his power. You ever seen a baseball player connect with the ball and know it's a home run? Are they taking off around those fucking bases? No, they're watching the ball fly out of the fucking arena, trotting down the first base. You see Curry release a shot for 3 points. Does he look like he's running to the boards for the rebound?
No,
he's running back down on defense because he knows it's good already.
Hey, we're already getting some interesting comments. Well, we had this one that said his bodies were having convulsions on the ground. I mean, he definitely was shaking some, and that's what happens when you get knocked out. If you've seen somebody get knocked out, you're gonna have like involuntary movement.
Go
ahead, Ben.
Well, it's just we used to box a little bit like when I was growing up, and the first time you get like that knockout clean, you kind of like look for a minute, like, holy shit, I just did that, and that's when you're celebrating. Like, I mean, he just took a minute to register that he just put this dude out cold. Like, that's why he didn't celebrate immediately. Like, it took a minute to be like, I just fucking did that, and then he fucking jumped on the ropes and was like, yeah.
Yep, you're right, and this is another thing, that if Tyron Woodley took that punch and got knocked out on purpose, people that are saying that really don't know anything about fighting, because when you get knocked out or you get choked out, and Chael Sonnen was talking about this last week, if you go out cold, there's a 50-50 chance you're going to shit yourself or piss your pants. You think Tyron took that punch and got knocked out on purpose and could possibly shit himself? Exactly. The brain damage. I mean,
there's a $200,000 bonus if you shit yourself.
Yeah, for real. And then now,
But the brain damage, my guys, that comes along
for real,
with this shit. Some people are never the same again after being knocked out, guys.
right? Look at Cody Garbrandt.
You don't just take that punch.
Yeah. Bruce Bob Trotter, we will get to that, but he said just admit it. No need to talk about changing his name to woman or woman. The more accurate nickname for him now would be Steven Irrelevant Thompson. Agreed.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, you know.
So here's a question for you, Nico. You're a striker. You think Jake needs to clean up his technique, leaving that hand down when he throws that overhand?
The hands up is the furthest thing from his problems. He got a lot of problem in his footwork. He has a lot of defensive problems. When he gets swarmed with combination, he utilizes a high guard, which a lot of us are taught at a very basic level is the only way to protect yourself. He doesn't often bend from the waist and roll. He rather bunker down. So I think that there's a lot of shit that he needs to clean up.
I'll tell you one thing that definitely needs to be cleaned up, Ben. That step in jab to the body.
Yes.
It's just going to take one overhand right over that jab, and he's going to be knocked out by somebody with a lot of power.
Did you see, like, he kept that hand like down by his waist, his defensive hand, when he threw that overhand? I mean, that other hand was nowhere near his jaw. So if somebody a step quicker than him would have thrown another punch, he probably would have eaten a pretty clean shot.
Yeah. He's not very, very well composed during two-man exchanges. So, like, not when one man's leading the dance and you get the counter. When both men are kind of slugging, he's not very good at, picking and choosing his shots, rolling defensively, slipping outside the right hand with his right arm to make sure there's no danger. He misses a lot of that shit. You rarely see him throw anything else besides the 1-2, which isn't a bad thing. It just tells me he knows what he has.
It's very, very elementary, though.
You're not going to step outside and start throwing hooks or like leaning down to dig to the body because he's not confident in those shots yet.
Right. Yep. What's up, Fonz? Just chilling, bro. Just chilling, man. Thanks for coming in. But yeah,
I was just smiling at that Frank Gore face from the Deron Williams fight.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
I didn't even see that fight at all.
You didn't?
And he said, "Hey, what was that?"
You didn't miss much. It wasn't great, but I mean, you got to give two dudes credit from coming from another sport and trying this one out. Like,
look, Deron Williams looked good. I don't care what nobody say. Deron looked pretty damn good. And then after he looked good, he got out there and said, "This shit ain't for me."
But yeah, he hit Frank Gore inside close, and Frank Gore just immediately looked like, what the hell?
Yeah, I got you.
It's pretty classic.
Always had wrote to me. He was like, "Bro, Frank Gore is gonna mop Deron. Like, you should never bet against a dark skinned dude from Miami. Like all this like cliche shit." Deron went out there and laid paws on that man.
He was quite a bit bigger than Gore. That surprised me. Like
when he pushed him through the ropes, like he bullied him.
He did
through the ropes.
Yeah. Hey, what was the basketball player's name that Jake Paul knocked out?
Nate Robinson. I'm surprised those two even fought because Nate Robinson is a small dude. Like that was kind of what he was famous for in the NBA, was being tiny. And the fact that he fought that dude, that he fought Jake Paul, surprises me quite a bit.
Right. I got you. So check this out. I forgot to tell you guys this. Okay. Stony Shores, hold on. I'm going to answer that in a second. Have you guys seen that Jake Paul and I don't know which one of is it Ball, the Ball brothers? Is it Lonzo Ball or one of those guys? And Jake Paul were going at it on, so one of those dudes, did you see anything about this, Ben? So, hold on. I
that would surprise me because the two of the three Ball brothers are actually fairly relevant in the NBA. They're like pretty good ball players.
Trust me.
I know all about the Ball brothers, so y'all boys better watch your P's and Q's.
You're gonna see what happened though, Nico.
It was probably the dad, dude. It was probably LeVar Ball, undefeated, never lost.
LeVar is the GOAT.
It was
undefeated, never lost.
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, Le'Veon Bell from the NFL. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was one of the Ball brothers. Excuse me.
Come on, Will.
Bro, I was reading a headline earlier. So,
Yeah,
Nico,
Le'Veon Bell.
did you
He's
see
another rapper too, dude.
he's a rapper?
Yeah, he quit the NFL for a season because he was holding out for a contract extension, and he became like a rapper. Like Tyron Woodley's a rapper.
Yeah, I got you. Hey,
Why you
so,
say that like that? Did you put some disrespect on Tyron's name when you said a rapper? Like, what's up with
no,
that?
because he was talking shit about Tyron. He was talking shit about
Trying
Tyron.
to say that
Well,
Tyron still got bars, man.
no, he sucks, man. But
Me?
anyway, yeah, he said you.
I got bars for days, bro.
No,
You
he
Tyron.
said that you said rapper like that, like Tyron's not a real rapper. Anyway, who gives a fuck? Look, Le'Veon Ball said, "Fight me, stop trying to fight people who can't box." And Tyron Woodley said, "Because I made one mistake, you think it's sweet? Don't get it fucked up, homeboy." And Jake Paul said, "Hey, Tyron Woodley, this clown saying you can't box. How about you show him as part of the next MVP event? Tyron would drop you faster than the Ravens."
Damn.
That was
That's
the whole
facts,
thing.
though. But yo, this is crazy. Like they're business partners now.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Oh, I
he
guarantee
works
you.
for Jake now.
I guarantee you that was in the contract that Jake would have him back for at least a fight or two after this. Guaranteed. I'll bet money on it. And they had the rematch clause already, so that they were good to do business going forward if Tyron had won. So Nico, I'm gonna let you take this one from your buddy Stony Shores. I have my own thoughts about this, but Nico, I'll let you start at least. Go ahead, bro.
Who does Paul have to fight to get his respect from other professional boxers around the world? Fantastic question. That's my homie. Um, honestly, I don't think he has to fight any boxers that have a name. I think he needs to fight a boxer that has a record and an attainable highlight reel that we can access on YouTube. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as his record is all professional boxing based, it won't matter if he's 7-0. We'll tune in to see that because he's a legitimate boxer. And then if you do that dude in,
Yeah.
just like you
BC.
you can only
Bing
talk
bong.
so long. And then when we get to the point where he's beating professional boxers who are 7-0, then you're gonna want to see him versus somebody who's like 20-0, somebody 25-0. Then you're gonna start putting his names amongst greats or legitimate professional boxers who you think are great boxers, which would, i.e., kind of make him a good professional boxer. If that's the people that you need to see him fight, if he's taking out all the lower level dudes, he's at least halfway decent right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like he's still making the proper steps to get the nod.
Right.
Next level, somebody like 7-0, 6-0 in the professional boxing realm.
So are you saying
like 14 amateur boxing bouts?
So Nico, it sounds to me like you're saying he should fight Tommy Fury.
Yeah, T Fury.
What's his record? 7-0. He tried to. Yeah. Anybody who disses him for that, right? So the thing about it is boxers should respect him already, Stony Shores, and I'm going to tell you why. He's the biggest draw in boxing since Floyd Mayweather. He's bringing eyes to a sport that has been going this way for years. He's pulling the card up by himself. He's getting people to watch boxers that aren't being seen if he's not on the card. Don't diss him. Shit, try to get on his fight card. I mean, you got Canelo, you got Floyd Mayweather, and you got Jake Paul. Those are the only three guys in boxing that can really, really sell a card no matter who they're fighting.
Don't you disrespect Tyson Fury like that.
He needs an opponent.
What's the white dude's name with the crazy knockout power? Is it Abibi? Abibi or something like that? Is it Nikolai Abibi?
You talking to me?
I was talking to Brandon.
I don't know, yo. Your mic's mad low. Yeah, your mic's mad low compared to everybody else's. But
my mic.
You said something about his power.
No, I was asking you, what's the white dude's name who be knocking everybody out? Is it Abibi?
Nikita Abibi.
Nikita Abibi.
Okay.
What's his record?
It looks like he is 10-0.
I'll take that.
This is what I feel for Jake Paul. Like, unfortunately for him, he's had too many. I mean, I realize he's only 5-0, but most of his fights have been these circus sideshow fights that people are going to have a hard time. And not me, I'm not saying me, but like respecting him because he's fighting these, MMA guys who they feel like are past their prime. So like, I feel like he's going to only be able to book these weird sideshow fights against these guys with MMA guys. Maybe Tommy Fury will bite, and that'll finally be the fight that gets him the respect he needs to fight other boxers. But for right now, I feel like he's going to be stuck with these fights against MMA guys and other guys with names that aren't necessarily boxers.
That's why I disagree with Nico and Will, because the money coming from those fights is all because he's doing the circus fighting.
Exactly.
If he was to fight an amateur and probably get an amateur wage, it's not going to happen. He's not going to take that risk.
Right. He wouldn't be the biggest name in boxing if he was doing this organically.
Well, I always believed that they was going to do this and let him get wins, stack his wins up, and what's up? Gotcha.
So are you saying, so basically based on what you two just said, if he would have fought Tommy Fury yesterday instead of Tyron, that more people would have paid, that more people paid to see Tyron fight him than would have for Tommy Fury?
We already saw Tyron.
More of a,
of course, that's a no-brainer. We already saw Tyron fighting.
Yeah, but Tyron like couldn't sell a pay-per-view to save his life when he was in the UFC. What makes you think he could sell boxing?
Good beef and banter, but Fury is also having good beef and banter with him.
And his brother's the champ.
I think that does get eyes on it. You have Tyson Fury kind of promoting it as well. That would get the eyes in there.
Fawn said, one thing I'll give to Paul is that them being a low nobody boxer repping the boxing world, fighting real elite MMA fighter like Woods. Me being a huge boxing fan and not big with MMA, also not a fan of Paul, but at least he's trying to keep boxing alive. I mean,
I'm not trying to say like Woodley was the reason they sold
boxers. Doesn't make any sense.
But Brandon,
that'd be like me going out playing basketball against a fucking dude in a wheelchair, being like, "Oh, now the NBA is gonna come." That don't make no sense.
But
is Tommy Fury a
Showtime boxing?
It's
time to fight Tommy. Exactly.
Question.
This undercard is dudes who's never been in a boxing ring, bro. It's a fucking circus freak show.
Is Tommy Fury a boxer?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm saying that if he would have fought Fury from the boxing community, Jake Paul would have gotten that respect. Okay. But what I'm saying from the poor Jake Paul is what I'm saying is like these fights that he's selling are these like joke fights. Like I feel like more people tuned into the pay-per-view to watch this joke with Woodley than they would have tuned in to see a good boxing match against Fury.
No, I don't think so. Because it's not all the MMA community that's tuning in right now to see Tyron. It's a lot of Jake's YouTube following and a lot of.
But that's what they're selling these fights on, is that the MMA community is tuning in to watch this, and that the beef is with the MMA community is what they're selling. So like,
but now that we've tuned in twice, right, and we've seen Amanda Serrano do what she's done to the girls, she's done shit.
She looked good, man.
Celebrity boxers who we're being entertained by, like Brandon sending out all these memes of fucking Gore's face right now. Like we have all this other entertaining shit that's going to sell the pay-per-views for them. There's other good things happening on these cards besides him headlining it. So him headlining it versus Fury, who's a real boxer, the people who want to know, can the kid box for real or not, are going to tune in. And all the people who are loving this bullshit that's coming along with it are going to tune in. He's cutting great fucking promos with Ariel right now. Like, I think there's a lot of positive upswing going with this.
But would you agree with me that his next fight has to be against somebody that's credible in the boxing world?
I do 100%. And he should find whoever the fuck that is, whether it's going to be Tommy Fury or somebody up and coming like Nikita Bibi, who's probably 170 pounds, around that. Like, those are steps in the right direction. Right. I feel like that's what he's trying to do.
Hey, do you think that Serrano should fight Angela Hill in a boxing match on the next pay-per-view?
No.
I'm fucking with you guys. Hey, look, Fawn said, yes, it makes no sense. Yes, it's a circus show, but when you hear about boxing, all we have is the Paul brothers. We got Tyson Fury, Wilder, and then you also have like Canelo and Triple G and Lomachenko. But look, Lomachenko's he's not selling any pay-per-views. I mean, he's not selling anywhere close to this.
By the way, that's a crime.
Right. Oh, I'm saying, I mean, he's amazing. I'm not complaining about him at all. Triple G too, but those guys aren't selling pay-per-views.
No, I'm not saying that.
Did I say more that people are less tuned? They're tuned in to see either this dude get knocked out or to see if he can keep his streak going against somewhat of names.
I agree.
Legitimate leg
But
work.
nobody cares about the real pound for
None of
pound
that.
boxers. Is that what you're saying? That's not
None of
bringing
that. He's
no
doing
type
leg
of
work.
excuse me. That's not bringing no type of new attention to the game.
He's
It
doing
definitely
leg
is.
work that they're not doing though. What is Loma doing to sell his fights aside from performing his ass off in that ring? What
Right.
do you see?
Is that Loma's fault?
Yes,
Yes.
it's his fault.
That's why Jake Paul's
Yes,
making
it's
more
his
money
fault.
than him.
Why is Ric Flair the man? Because everybody can take a fucking bump like Ric Flair. Why is he the man?
Because he could talk his ass off.
Because he can
Look.
cut a promo on that fucking mic.
People
whether
always
you
talk
think
shit
Jake
about The
Paul-
Rock.
Whether you think Jake Paul can cut a promo on that mic or not, I'm laughing my ass off every time he tells Tyrone he want to grab his cheeks. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Even his
I'm
brother's
doing it.
getting better. Even
If
Logan's
Loma
getting
starts
better.
Jesus,
telling
let's not talk about
Tiafimo he
that
want to
one.
grab his cheeks, I'm tuning in.
That's mad corny.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not.
It is.
I'm not saying Jake Paul needs to go out there and box some 25-0 fucking killer. I'm just saying at this point you're 5-0. You've sold your pay-per-views. You've gotten some traction on your under your feet. Like, if you're gonna be serious about this sport, let's go forward and be serious about this sport. Box a boxer, somebody that the fans can't claim is taking a dive or doesn't have the skills or abilities. Like, let's box, like you said, Nico. Somebody 6-0, 7-0.
Yep.
Somebody right on his wavelength.
People don't know him. He can find this boxer on YouTube, get their highlight reel, and post it on his own Twitter every fucking day. It don't
This
matter.
guy,
He can build somebody up from nothing if he wants to. That's
Right.
what
Sell this fight.
promoters
You
do
want to
right
show
now.
you can sell fights? Sell the fucking fight. Let's go.
Right.
Let's do
But
it.
look, he wanted to fight Tommy Fury. I mean, and that is a legit boxer, whether he's good or bad or indifferent,
What did Apollo
whatever.
have to do
Right,
to
but it
get the
didn't
fight
happen,
with
so we're
Rocky?
left questioning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
We're
right.
left.
No. Yeah.
Rocky won. What did Apollo do?
He sold
Did
the
he
fight.
win?
He sold
Did
the
he
fight.
win?
He promoted
Yes,
Rocky.
he did.
He put Rocky's name in the
First
papers.
one he won.
You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
sold that fighter. And the good wrestlers do that anyway, right?
Yeah.
When they cut a promo on the other wrestler, they're talking about how much of a threat this man is, how crazy he is, how insane he is. You build that motherfucker up before you go cut his head off. You have to. That's what all the great champions do.
Okay, look. So let me just ask you guys a question. Did anybody see Serrano's
on that fight?
I agree. But look, did anybody see Serrano's status today on Twitter? She said she woke up this morning and realized she's now a millionaire. The number 3 pound for pound woman in the world wasn't a millionaire till she started getting on Jake Paul cards.
Damn near 40
That says a lot.
in.
That says a
Damn
lot
near 40 fights in.
for boxers. I mean, that I think the proof's in the pudding in that. Who would have won? I think Jake Paul would have won. I don't know. I don't think Fury's like very good at all. I think he got the looks and his brother got the toughness or the skills.
I'm not fucking with it. Nah.
I'm not picking that. I'm not picking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I don't know enough about Fury's skills.
I want to see it, but look, what Nico just made me think of is, look, back in the day, we'll go to wrestling here for a second because we were just talking about it. I don't know where's that string at? All right, so look, back in the day when Brock Lesnar didn't even talk, his biggest matches were against Kurt Angle, who sold the match because he was great on the mic. The Rock, everybody wanted to see The Rock get his ass kicked because he sold the match. Like when he was getting these big main events back then. Now Brock could talk, but back in like 2003, 2004, he didn't say a word. He didn't know what to do. He didn't get on the mic. He just fought. But everybody that they put him with back then could cut a good promo. And that's what you got to do. You know that, Ben. Come on, man. Promos sell fights better than fights sell fights. You know, I mean, look at Chael Sonnen. He basically talked his way into a fight with Anderson Silva.
Look at Chael Sonnen. He got arrested last night.
He did get arrested. What the fuck is going on with him?
So
man?
I'm reading this article, right? And it's like, it said it was 7 p.m. at the Four Seasons Hotel in Las Vegas. Chael Sonnen was in a hallway pounding on a door when a couple walked by and the couple started to skirmish, right? Well, I'm reading through the article and it's like Chael Sonnen was getting the better of the exchange.
Yeah.
Well, no fucking shit.
He's
a former
title
challenger MMA fighter. Come on, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You think he had his flip-flops on?
Bro, he didn't have his shirt on. Apparently, he had taken his shirt off. Fucking
he was probably hammered.
out. Yeah. Bro, the thing about Chael Sonnen, I wouldn't worry about him punching me because I don't think he hits very hard. I would just be worried about him taking me down and being on top of me and smothering me because the dude is like a phenomenal wrestler. That's what you got to be worried about. I mean, yeah, he could box. I don't think his shots are very hard, but Jesus, just that dude getting on top of you, like we talked about DC like a while back. I'm more worried about Daniel Cormier taking me to the mat and beating the fuck out of me than punching me in the face, one good time. Anyway, real quick before we get off of the Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight, I just want to show a few pictures. I think that's part of like what Ben's talking about, Nico, right there, where you see where his right hand is down at his hip when he's throwing that jab. That's elementary, man. That should be at his chin.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had his hand like that punch there. You see how low his hand is? Like
this is the knockout shot right here, Ben.
Yeah, his defending hand though, like that's when he brought it up after he landed the shot. When he threw that, what is it? His right hand, that left hand's down past his hip, like it's dangling when he threw that. If somebody could have just fired a shot in there before that overhand, right? So we've seen it before in MMA. Like you get clipped throwing that overhand. That's part of like the danger of throwing the overhand.
Right.
The amount of sweat that's coming off that man. This photo looked like a Jackson Pollock.
We have
really ridiculous.
Compare that to Kamaru knocking out Jorge, who fucking shot more water.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, for real.
Almost positive it's Tyron.
It was a ton both times, but yeah, I think you're probably right.
And Tyron got far less hair.
That's true too.
They had just dumped water on Masvidal's hair. It was all throughout his braids. That man got a fucking number 2 shower. Yeah, come on, man. That's crazy.
Is it raining out? Sure looks like it.
Yeah, for real.
That's not even sweat, that's dandruff.
That's horrible. All right, let's see what we got. Fawn said, yup. I'm not sure who, but they said, I feel like Fury is a step back. He would much rather fight Masvidal or Diaz, a much higher pay-per-view draw. He wants the money fights. I agree.
I would like to see the Masvidal fight. That's the fight I would want to see.
Yep. Fawn said Don King has always been a big promo mouth for decades. And Stony Shore said T Wood waves don't even look like they were touched. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't see how anybody could think it was a fixed fight because, man, if you're really going to take a fixed fight, number one, you're going to take a shot that's not going to kill you. That shot looked like it literally was thrown with intentions to kill you.
People thought that Jorge Masvidal's knee on Ben Askren was Askren taking a dive, bro. People are stupid.
I guess they didn't realize that actually ruined his career. I mean, that literally was the end for him. I know he fought 2 more times, but he was never the same. But BC, I mean, did you want to say anything about them people saying that this was a fixed fight?
It depends on how people look at it and saying fixed. Fixed as in, was it in the contract that he had to lose the fight, or fixed as in
like he took a dive, like
he took that punch to get knocked out, and unfortunately he cleaned his shit.
Yeah. Well, basically people are saying that he took a dive.
Because that's what I'm saying, because everybody's like, oh, he dropped his hand before the punch. Yeah, he did. But he's not a fucking boxer.
Oh, it's rock. God, yeah. I mean, hey, Tim, I don't know why it's not showing your name, man. Maybe you're in Facebook jail or something and we don't know about it, bro. And it's not even showing your picture either. Look at that. Yeah, I got you, man. Now look, if what
so long story short, Brandon thinks it was fixed as well. I think that's what I just got out of that. How about you, Will?
I feel like he's saying that Woodley basically was going to take the punch. Now, if that's the case, let's just say that's the case, right? That Woodley knew that punch was coming and he was going to get knocked out. If Jake really hit him that hard when Woodley was getting ready to take the dive, then Jake is a fucking gangster and a piece of shit at the same time.
Dickhead. He's a straight up.
That's why I was like, because Woodley didn't taste that type of power in pretty much any of the other shots, right?
Right? No, I mean that was the best shot that Jake Paul landed. I think in this fight,
the clean one, the one that was flush, the one that knocked him the fuck out.
Right.
See the way he fell, he was knocked out. That's what people don't understand. But that's what I was saying. It depends on what they mean by fix.
Yo, Will, but you also, if you're anything like me, because y'all did this shit professionally. I only did this in backyards. If I have David Freed on this show right now, before every time we did a show in that backyard, I tell him, you better fucking lay into me. Like, I'm dead serious. If you're gonna slap me for real.
Laying in and then with like bad intentions is two things.
Bro.
Yeah, that's different.
Laying it in, is stiff.
But we're working.
But Nico, look,
they're fighting.
Here's the thing. Right. No, that's true. But like laying it in is one thing. But if you start firing live rounds, that's a whole nother deal.
Well,
and I did have that happen.
Saw a tough season when homie was in his face and told him, punch me.
Yeah.
Knock me out. Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
In what? The Ultimate Fighter?
The Ultimate Fighter. And what happened?
Oh, he got knocked out.
Are you talking about Dave Kaplan asking Tom Paul to punch him in the face?
Punch me in the face. Do it.
Dude, do you remember after he gets knocked out, he's like, I wasn't out cold. It's like, dude, you were snoring on a pile of laundry, bro.
Hey, he was just talking about Tyron Woodley hyperventilating.
You don't you don't twitch like that if you take a dive, man. He was out cold. We've seen it before. People who get choked out, especially like in the UFC, they'll lay there and their muscles involuntarily twitch.
You don't get up and start crying.
I'm glad you said that.
Crying in the ring. If he knew he was gonna lose, why is he crying right now?
Because he didn't mean to get. Hey, got starts. What do you mean? Like I said, he tried to take that punch and didn't think it was going to be like that, and it was.
All right. So look,
Brandon, stop
this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say, guys. Look, when I was on Facebook earlier, I saw a comment on one of these pages, and the person said, "Well, the ref didn't even do a 10 count. It was bullshit." And I just busted out laughing. He could have done a 50 count, and I don't think Tyron Woodley would have had his legs back underneath him. I was like, seriously, you don't do a 10 count unless there's a reason to do a 10 count. If somebody lands on their face, they're not getting up.
No.
Look, we saw it in boxing. I think, was it Zab Judah that went like face first down, got up, and he's like doing a dance around the ring and like can't even freaking stand up, and the referee like has to hold him.
How many times have we seen flurry of punches connect and then the referee step in and wave it off?
Yeah.
How many times? Yeah. Because the fight can be stopped at the referee's discretion at any point in time.
Yeah. Right. Oh, absolutely, man. And you could. I will say this: that ref last night did kind of suck. The only good thing that he did in the fight is like, you guys want to hug or do you want to fight? What are we doing here? I like that line that he said to them, but I felt like he should have been more aggressive, breaking up some of the clinches earlier in the fight. But
well, come on, man. He had to make sure it went 6 rounds before the work punch.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. The mustache is spoken.
No.
All right, so
same thing when I said about Askren, though. Askren knew he had to take that dive. He went out there, took the very first punch, and laid his ass down. Got up and walked away laughing and smiling. No, because you know that's what I said.
You did
Brandon,
say it and it wasn't true then.
Listen, Brandon, on a serious note, have you ever been around somebody who got a concussion?
Probably. I didn't know, though.
You didn't know. Right. Okay. I have been around a lot of people that have gotten concussions, especially from wrestling, different things.
Concussion.
When you get a concussion, and I've had a concussion, I don't remember what happened afterwards. Look, you're not yourself. You're going to sit there, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be talking some crazy shit. You don't know what you're going to do.
And you're gonna
That's
have
the thing, man.
Shittiest couple of weeks of your life.
Absolutely.
Bell's gonna be ringing.
Yep. Hey, so
Askren wasn't knocked out cold though, was he?
What?
What?
No, the ref threw the fight early.
No, he was knocked out. I think the fall on his face kind of woke him up a little bit, but he fell face first, just like Woodley did.
Did he? I feel like that was a lifetime ago, so I can't really remember it. But
yeah. All right, so let's switch gears to UFC. Before we go to the event last night, let me ask you guys.
This is the Jake Paul show tonight.
Nah, fuck Jake Paul. We gave him 45 minutes, man. I mean, that's a good amount. Look, so this fight right here, these two have been talking shit. Dana White said last night if they want to fight each other and the fans want it, let's do it. Was this fight scheduled at one point, Ben, and just didn't happen?
Yes.
When was that? And why didn't it happen? Somebody got hurt?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Nate being Nate. It was the Diaz bros being their goofy selves.
All right.
Yo, Nate made that man drop all his beer. Right. Y'all know that was like an $8-10 beer too.
Who was that dude
in the arena?
Who was that guy?
I don't have a clue.
I don't either. It's just somebody in the back.
I don't have a clue.
Do you guys think that fight makes sense for both of those guys? A 170?
Yeah, 170.
I mean, if Poirier is just looking for the money, then that's the fight that makes the most sense.
Already said that he had no intentions of doing 155 no more.
On August 3rd, 2018, it was announced that Poirier had agreed to fight Nate Diaz in Madison Square Garden. The bout was expected to be the co-headliner of UFC 230. However, on October 10th, it was announced that Poirier pulled out due to a hip injury and the bout was canceled.
Got you. Okay. So do you think that this is a good fight for Poirier to kind of test the waters at 170 to see how he feels going through a camp, not cutting down to 155 and just see how he performs against somebody who's pretty durable? You think that might be part of why he's wanting to do it, or you think he wants a money fight?
I think it's a money fight. I think if you're going to try to test the waters at 170, you're going to try to test him against somebody like, I feel like Nate at 170 isn't the same as like everybody else at 170.
That's right, man.
What, like top
like
10
Nate's filthy. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Nate, but it's just like fat Nate Diaz instead of like a legit 170er, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense. Like, it's just like, I feel like it would be hard to get a really good gauge of where your skill set would match against a true 170 or against Nate. I feel like it would just be 155 without cutting weight.
Right. I mean, that's what I was saying, though. Like, you know, it's not a big risk fight, but Nate is durable. And, like, you just see how you feel come fight night, not, you know, at that weight class. You know what I mean? Just not more of how the competition is, just more how you feel going out there.
Well, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
False sense of security.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, you know, like the matchup isn't the same. Like a Nate at 170 isn't like fighting anybody else at 170.
Gotcha.
Like, he doesn't bring the same kind. Like, think about Nate Diaz as opposed to like a Sean Brady.
Yeah.
Like, those dudes are two totally different strength levels, body types. Yeah. Like, Nate at 170 is just a pudgy 155er to me.
I think I weigh 182 right now. If you gave me 6 weeks to hit 205, I could hit 205.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine be a fat 205.
Yeah. Imagine Julius cutting down to 205. Which one of us would you rather fight?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm the guy you would rather fight.
Yeah,
it's just not the same.
Right.
Not the same.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see it.
So I feel like it would just be a useless, like, not useless, but it would be not an easy way to gauge how you feel or how the competition is at 170 fighting Nate.
Well, you know, Nico really wants to see Poirier go up to 170 and fight Li Jiangalang. So I just wanted to point that out.
Jiangalang.
You cannot let me say that. It pisses you off so bad. You got to correct it every time. That's why I do it, man. I love it, Nico. It's fucking hilarious, bro. BC, any thoughts on that fight?
I'll say fuck it, let him do it.
Yeah.
Throw 2 strikers in there. That's pretty much a guaranteed show.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I don't think either of those guys would really go for a takedown at all.
No. It's a respect thing between those type of dudes.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. You saw after the last Khamzat Chimaev fight that Dana said, oh, well, he's got to win. He's got, a couple more fights he's got to win before he gets a title shot. But now he's got the number 1 contender, Colby Covington, calling for a fight with him. So, number 1, do you guys think we see this fight? And number 2, if he beats Colby, does he get a title shot?
Good fighter, but fuck Colby Covington.
They'll give him one more. They'll give him somebody like Gilbert.
You think so? Even if he beats Colby being number 1 contender?
Yeah, I think so.
They'd slide into like number 2 or 3 and move the other guys up. Okay.
That's a fight I love just for promos.
Oh, yeah. But you also love it because Colby will get fucking destroyed.
I mean, shit, dude, you've got other dudes at 170 telling the UFC to give Leon a title shot. So I feel like, not that Leon's going to get one next, but I feel like Khamzat's got, if he beats Colby, he'd still have one more to go.
Do you see what you did, Ben? Brandon hates Leon Edwards. You brought him up, and now he left, man. Good job,
I guess
Ben.
so. I guess so.
Go ahead. Finish what you were saying, man.
There's just a lot of guys on bigger win streaks right now that I feel like he'd have to fight at least one of the 2 of them, either Leon Edwards or Bilal Muhammad, before he gets.
Unless he went out there and like knocked out Colby early. If he
in
went
like
out
8
there,
seconds.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if he went out there and knocked him out in the first 2 rounds and just made it look easy, I would say they kind of have to give him a title fight.
I'm saying I hope he knocks Colby out in 8 seconds.
Bro, I would love it. I would love it. And see, the thing is that Colby's one of those guys that when he starts to take an ass whipping, he's gonna revert back to wrestling, at least a little bit. He didn't do that with Kamaru, but I think that with Khamzat he would try, and I don't think that would be a good idea because I think that Khamzat would just keep it standing.
Just give Khamzat Neil Magny already, because Magny's been calling for the fight. It would be a really good test of his skills against a guy that's fought the best of the best. Like, nobody else is begging to sign on the dotted line to fight Khamzat. Give him fucking Neil Magny, so that way we don't have to see Neil Magny for a while.
Right. And the thing about Neil Magny is, sure, he might go out there and he might even last the distance, but I'm never worried about Neil Magny really finishing anybody. Basically,
no,
we see him outwork people, but not really like beat them up,
That's why I think it would be a good test for Khamzat. Like, it would be a really good test of, I mean, Magny's fought just about everybody there is to fight. So,
Hey, cousin Tim, what do you think about that fight right there? Chimaev versus Covington and Diaz versus Poirier. Let me know in the comments, man. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about Fight Night.
Will, if I send you something on IG, you could play it on the show.
Yeah, sure.
It's not like a song that's copywritten or anything like that. But at the end of the show, this is what you're playing on the way out.
Okay, sure, man.
All right, bet.
Yep.
I already know what it's gonna be. I already fucking know.
Yes, man.
Now I'm going to be honest with you guys about. Well, I'll be honest with you when we get to that point. But for the undercard, I didn't see any of these fights except for. I went back and what fight did I watch? Oh, I
Gerald Mearshart.
What's that?
Gerald Mearshart, dude.
I didn't see that. I saw the Raquel Pennington fight. That was the only one from the. See, so last night I just had a lot of stuff going on. You guys know I was moderating that debate. I had all kinds of shit going on besides the fight, so I kind of got lost time and stuff like that. But Ben, from the undercard, Nico, did you see the whole undercard also or no?
For the whole undercard UFC?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Okay. So Ben, you just stop me if there's any fights you do want to talk about. We had Jordan Levitt beat Matt Sales by an inverted triangle. I saw the highlight of that. That was
I
pretty
saw the highlight. Yep.
crazy.
He's only the third guy in the UFC to ever finish a fight like that. Cole Miller is one of them.
Cole Miller, I remember that dude. Yeah.
And I can't remember the other one, actually.
Pretty wild. Yeah, so Dontel Mays, that's Kong, right? He defeated Josh Parisian. Yeah, by TKO.
Dude, and that was a good fight. Dontel Mays is a big heavyweight.
Yeah,
and he grinded for 3 rounds, took him down, didn't really slow down at all, like showed a pretty good gas tank and just showed some good old-fashioned heavyweight wrestling. It was a good fight.
Okay. Hey, so he said he meant Colby. He's saying Colby is going to get murdered if that fight happens, and Dustin Diaz should be good. I got to think Dustin's power takes him out. So anyway, yeah, and we don't even know how his power would be at 170 though. That's another thing that he'd have to show us. But yeah, Ben, I've always thought Dontel Mays is pretty good, man. The dude hits hard, man. He hits like a truck. Who was it? He had on the Contender Series. He knocked that dude silly, man. He lost to Cyril Gane, whatever, and Ricardo Nascimento. But now he's on a 2-fight win streak, so we'll see how he does. He's 9-4, not bad for the heavyweight division.
Especially when one of your losses is to the champ, or the interim champ, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. Next fight was Raquel Pennington versus Macy Chiasson, who weighed in pretty heavy, right? What'd she weigh in at, Ben?
She weighed in at it was 2 pounds over, but she did take the fight on short notice, so I guess there's that to give her the benefit of the doubt. But right. Jesus, man, you missed weight at 145. Right.
That's true. So Pennington won the fight by guillotine, 2nd round. Featherweight fight, Charles Jourdain beat Andre Ewell by
that fight was fire. If you go back and watch any fights from that card, watch that one. That card was insane. Charles Jourdain is an animal, and Andre Ewell has a fucking crazy chin. He got cracked in the last few seconds of the 3rd round with a spinning. It was like a spinning wheel kick to the jaw, dude, and he just ate the whole ate it.
I love the scorecards. 30-26, 30-27, 29-27. All 3 judges saw the fight differently.
Ewell won the 1st round. He was going up in weight. He used to be a 135er, but he was cutting too much weight, so now he's up to 145. He controlled the 1st round really well, and he was counterfighting really well because Jourdain's aggressive. But it was like the second he sat down on the stool, that was it. He had no gas tank left.
Gotcha.
He came out in the 2nd round, and Jourdain just pieced him up for the next 2 rounds. And then in round 3, he almost finished the fight a couple times.
Gotcha.
Jourdain at one point literally stood a few feet away from him, literally flexed like Hulk Hogan did, and screamed in this dude's face. Like screamed in his face, and then just fucking went ham on him.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Nico, did you send that, whatever you were sending, to the Fight Gods page?
Nah, I sent it to you and on your Instagram as well.
Where? Oh, yeah, send it to the Fight Gods, man. I'm locked out of the other account right now. If you can. Yeah, Ben, I'll definitely go back and watch that fight. I would like to. Like I said, I just ran out of time yesterday. I did see this next fight, actually, through everything else going on. I actually caught this one live.
The dumpster fight.
The dumpster fight, is that what you said? Yeah. Melissa Gatto versus Saraja Eubanks.
Versus Carlos Newton.
Bro, that kick was fucking nasty. That was a nasty
to the liver.
Yep. I mean, that would fold anybody, really. You land that shot right. I mean, that was pretty bad. Next fight was Justin Taffa versus Harry Hunsucker. Taffa won by knockout. I knew that fight wasn't.
Did you see this fight?
Anywhere. I didn't know.
Taffa knocked him out with a head kick that he blocked with both hands.
Yes, I did see that fight. It's funny you asked that. I think I was actually like making dinner or eating dinner or something when that happened. But yes, I definitely saw that fight.
So Harry Hunsucker, I don't remember who he fought in his debut. I want to say it was Tai Tuivasa, maybe. He fought another big, heavy-handed heavyweight. And when we were doing a Guts and Glory live stream podcast, one of the boys made a comment and called Harry Hunsucker the 4th best heavyweight in Kentucky, and he actually fucking responded to us and like asterisked us and wrote 3rd best heavyweight. Like responded to our burn on him and burned himself in the process. So ever since then, all I could think of is Harry Hunsucker's the 4th best heavyweight in Kentucky, and he's just getting starched in the UFC.
That's fucking hilarious, bro. I like that. Yeah, I think was it Ty that knocked him out? I think it was, but I'm not positive. Or was it Aspinall?
Maybe it was Aspinall.
I can't remember, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because we had talked about that early on during the
fun of his name.
Yep, exactly. Let's see. He got knocked out by. Oh no, it was. You're right. It was Tai Tuivasa. Back in March.
Yeah, it was like his debut in the UFC, and I mean nobody wants to fight Tai, let alone in their debut. But yeah, we literally called him out on the podcast, and he responded to us, and it was pretty classic.
Oh Jesus, that's rough, man. I've seen Kevin Holland. He calls people out on Facebook a lot if they talk shit. And I've seen Colby Covington talk shit to people too. So pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff. So the main fight on the prelims, or the main event fight on the prelims, whatever, was the Gerald. How'd you say it, Ben?
Mearshart,
exactly. Versus Dustin Stolfus. I don't even know how to say that one either. Stolfus. Cool, man. Soul food.
Poor guy. Poor Dustin.
Got his ass kicked.
Well, no, he was winning the fight. He was controlling the fight for the first 2 rounds, but he's also fought Kyle Dakaus, Rodolfo Vieira, and now Gerald Mearshart in his only 3 fights in the UFC. He's lost them all. And Mearshart's an absolute animal. He's got 34 wins, and all but 2 of those are finishes. 26 submissions. He's on a 3-fight win streak now with his submission over Stoltzfus. Like, it was just the slickest little submission. Stoltzfus literally left one small opening, and Mearshart took his back and choked him.
Damn. So moving on to the main card. I'm not always wrong, but when I am wrong, I'm fucking way the fuck
Nico, let's go. Cub Swanson.
What the fuck was going on, man? Cub
against SoCal.
Yeah, what do you
great.
Killer Cub
looked really good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did pick Darren Elkins. I thought that Darren, being the younger fighter, but man, Cub was like, yeah, fuck you, buddy, and beat the piss out of him. That was a pretty one-sided ass whipping, if I do say so myself. Let's see what we got here. That I think was one of the shots that started it all. And then right here,
that spin hook kick in his face too.
Yep. That right there, Nico, he looked like he's getting ready to mount him Israel Adesanya on Paulo Costa style. Look at that shit. And yeah, man, Cub, I'm happy for him, man.
I'd like to point out that Charles Oliveira, Jeremy Stevens, Alexander Volkanovski, those cats didn't piece up Darren Elkins like Cub Swanson did.
That's true. So you guys have any thoughts of who he should fight next? I'll tell you that he wants to fight Uriah Faber. He wants to go down. Right, yeah, he wants to go down a weight class and fight Uriah Faber. Apparently, that's a fight that they've always wanted to have. And for his legacy, he wants to go down and fight Uriah.
I like it.
That's what's left for him at this point. He knows he's not going to be the champion at 145. He knows he's still got some mileage left in the gas tank, so you might as well make legacy fights. You're fucking Cub Swanson, man. You're a legend. Like, You're one of the pioneers of the lower weight classes.
Uriah Faber versus Cub Swanson in California.
Greatness.
Are we not doing numbers here?
I mean,
Can we not put this on a Fox Live as
I'm putting my money on Cub, but
I am too, but like I'm just talking from a number standpoint.
it would be awesome.
That
would be awesome.
They can make it make sense.
Put it as a co-main event and roll with it. I agree, man. I wouldn't put them as a 5-rounder only because they are both a little bit older. Could get sloppy later on, but in a 3-rounder, I think it'd be great. So yeah, man. So like I said, I'm not always wrong, but when I'm wrong, I'm fucking blown out of the water wrong. So here's the thing about the next fight. I'll let you talk about it, Ben, if you'd like, or Nico, whichever one of you guys wants. We all 3 picked Gamrot to beat Carlos Diego Fiera.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did. No, y'all didn't convince me on that. I thought I went with Fidea because I like his last name.
Yeah, you did. He did. I remember him saying that now because he literally said, because I like the last name.
So we tied then, Nico. We were both 5-2.
Hey, look, my boys, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I really take it.
I would have actually beaten you last night if we didn't like literally make you pick for that other fight, which that was, edge of the seat anyway.
Just made 2 weeks in a row for me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Look at him go. Look at him go.
So
I had to talk to you about him being on this show, right?
Yeah, you wanted him off, right? Isn't that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Nico's like, I need him off of here, or he's got
my fucking name,
bro. He said that
he about to be Ben the Mustache, Mr. Bat 1000. Like I gotta do this shit no more, man.
Ben, so Nico's actually asking to be having his contract that you have to wear a luchador mask and speak with an accent from now on. Just want to let you know that starts on January 1st.
I got my old hood upstairs. I'll find it.
Awesome.
But a British accent.
Yes. And sometimes it switches to Irish.
Yo, do they do luchador masks that have the stash cut out? Because that's fire as well.
No, they have it actually on the mask.
No, we don't know. No. It has to be his, Will.
All right.
Has to be his. You go race style where it's only like the semi visor.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm gonna look that up.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm sure you can because they're like, like Hulk Hogan's Captain America mask had that whole area.
That's right. Exactly.
So we could get it done. We could figure it out. Nico, did you want to talk about this fight at all since you picked it wrong?
The Fidea Gamrot fight, I didn't even see. I was outside smoking a blunt during that.
Got you. Okay.
I came in and it was all over.
And Nico, I know all 3 of us picked Ricky Simone to beat Rafael Assunção.
Oh, he dominated.
Right. Whipped his ass. It wasn't even a
takedowns, control time, ground and pound, everything was there for him.
Yeah. You know who Simone reminds me of is better.
Here was
a better moving Chad Mendes. He's got really great wrestling. He's got good speed and he's got power in his hands, but he moves better than Mendes does.
Yeah, and he's a little more relentless with the takedown as well.
But Simone is a problem for anybody in that division.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit different, but like with Assunção being a little bit older, this fight, I mean, this picture right here, it reminds me of that Cheeto Vera kicking Frankie in the face picture. Like, look at how Assunção's face is. Like, his cheek on one side is pushed in, and on the other side is pushed in because the impact is so hard. That's a nasty picture, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I just wanted to point out that if Nico takes his braids out, his hair looks just like Ricky Simone's.
He's got a mullet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
Yo, this is the craziest fucking shit. Like, you gotta stop putting this shit on my name. Like,
so check out that picture. He's like, come on.
Fuck that. Stop putting this crazy shit on my name.
Ben, you know what that meme should be? It should be a pro wrestling meme that says, when you miss the big boot.
Slap the leg.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Nico definitely has hair like that. Ben. Don't let him fool you. If he doesn't agree, go ahead and take the braids out right now, Nico, and let's see how it looks.
I can't. They're dreads, dude. I have to,
That
comb them
sounds
out.
like
I
an
have to,
excuse.
back comb them out, bro.
Ben, does that sound like an excuse?
If my dude Stony Shores was still in here right now, he'd let you know how long it took for me just to get my hair like this in the first place. Like, please. No,
I'm giving you
do
shit.
not have a mullet.
All right, Nico. I'll take your word for it, man. I'll take your word for it. Hey, the next fight. You love it, man. Hey, look, the next fight. This was insane. Amanda Lemos versus Angela Hill. Ben, I'll let you talk about the fight, and then we'll just talk about how we tried to convince Nico to take Lemos. But go ahead.
All right, so I mean, I guess you could just call out the elephant in the room. That was a dodgy decision. It was close, very close. Angela Hill, no matter how suspect she is and how many times she shit the bed, which I said she would and she did, that was a screwy decision. She probably got screwed. But Lemos almost finished her in that first round with that front kick. I mean, it landed flush, and then she hit another punch on the way down. I think it was a right hook she hit her with on the way down. And almost finished the fight, showed how really well-conditioned Angela Hill is to be able to recover from that. But I think one judge scored at 30-27.
Right, which was bullshit and ridiculous.
What the fuck was that all about? But Hill came back and kind of controlled the second round. I don't want to say kind of. She definitely controlled the second round. And then the third round was spent mostly on the feet, with Lemos probably pressuring more and landing heavier shots, kind of like in the fight that Nico and I was talking about last week. I don't remember. Oh, Josh Emmett's fight, where he kind of controlled a little bit of the beginning parts of the round and landed the heavier shots. I think that's what happened here. The judges just took the heavier shots over the volume.
Right. Hey, Uncle Chili is in the house. He said, "What's up, fellas?" He will be here with us Tuesday night in the building, holiday edition, no holds barred. We're going to be talking all kinds of shit. Can't wait. Haven't seen him in a while. He was on like a little trip and some stuff like that. So he's back home, and we can't wait to have you on the show, bro. We can't wait, man. I can't wait. Nico can't wait. Ben still wants to fight you.
I fucking knew you were gonna say some shit. I fucking knew you were gonna say some shit. I was waiting for it, you son of a bitch.
Nico, come on, man.
Honestly, I can't wait to see Uncle Chill's face when you say exactly what you told us you were gonna say to him on the air.
Ben,
that's really what I can't wait for. That's really what I can't wait for. So you be ready to cut that promo that you said is gonna be a shoot. And we're all
you guys are fucking ridiculous.
Nico, Ben,
you putting that shit on me.
Ben is in front of the mirror every day, practicing the promo and then flexing like the kid in Little Giants.
That kid's probably got more muscle than me right now, dude.
Chili Willie said, "Hell yes, he's ready, man. You better get that promo ready."
I'm gonna get put through a fucking table on the podcast Tuesday night. You fucking.
Hey, Chili, Ben may or may not be related to the Necro Butcher. That's all I'm saying, man. He may or may not be. He says he's coming for you, Ben. Better be ready, bro. You better get Kid Cash on your side. You might need him. So, anyway, Chili, we can't wait to have you on the air, man. Always a fun time. So, yeah, we convinced Nico to take her, and then it goes to a split decision. I didn't think that Hill got screwed as much as, like you said, I think that the more impactful shots, I mean, it just depends on how you score the fight, honestly. This was one that I could see it going either way. And, hey, we love you too, Chili. But I could see this fight. I could have seen either way, and I wouldn't have been upset about either decision, only that we would have got roasted by Nico all episode tonight if we talked him into picking the losing fighter. But going forward, and I'm going to go back to two of those other fights, but going forward, who could you guys see Lemos fighting soon? Who do you think her next fight should be? I mean, do you want to know what my pick is? Because I went through the fights.
What weight class was that?
Lemos is at she's number 11 at 115.
115.
Yeah, number 11. So what I thought, I'll just run this by you guys. I thought a good fight for her would be Tisha Torres. Tisha Torres is number 8. She doesn't have anything booked. Lemos is number 11. She just won her fight. I think it's a step up in competition, but you know, we don't know how she went into this fight. She may have been, you know, underestimating Hill. I don't know. What do you guys think of that fight?
Versus who, bro?
Tisha Torres.
Tisha Torres.
You know. Sorry, Nico. Go ahead.
Tisha Torres.
Angela was getting takedowns off.
She got some takedowns. Yeah. Tisha's a great wrestler, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking. Yeah, that could be a good fight, man. It would be a big test for her. That's for damn sure. Because Tisha is the tiny tornado. She's gonna come at you crazy. She got decent combinations with the hands and feet, and if the takedown is better than Angela Hill's, then it should be a step up for her.
Yeah. She would definitely have to.
What's Ben thinking over there?
I think Ben is thinking the Karate Hottie.
You fucking yes. You how the hell do you know that?
That's
telepathy, bro.
How the hell did you know that? I was looking at the rankings. I don't think the win over a number 12 because the rankings don't come out till tomorrow. Or wait, is it Tuesday? Either way, the rankings haven't come out yet, and Lemos is at 11. I don't think a win over 12 really moves her up the rankings. So I feel like the striking matchup that you could get between Lemos and Michelle Watterson would be really good. You could probably even book that as a co-main event on a fight night, just due to the excitement between the two. So,
and with Claudia Gadelha retiring, likely they'll all move up one. But you know, we'll see if she stays in the rankings for a little while or if they take her out immediately since she retired the other day.
How the hell is Nina Nunes 6th?
Bro, she hasn't won a fight in like 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. How is she 6th?
Bro, that's called the spoil system.
Nepotism?
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous. She sucks. I mean, she's lost 2 in a row. The last time she won a fight was in 2018
against Claudia Gadelha.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
Since then, she's lost by horribly bad beating from Tatiana Suarez, where she just basically just got thrown around. And then the other fight was Mackenzie Dern, who I almost broke her arm. So I'd say she doesn't really need to be ranked number 6. But if I am Lemos, I'm calling her out. I'd be like talking mad shit. That's the fight I want. I want to fight her. She's ducking me. I would talk all the craziness. I'd call Chael Sonnen and be like, hey, Chael, she's ducking me. Talk about it on your show. Bro, if you start calling out the number 6 person who sucks, I mean, you know, I think somebody in that weight class needs to be doing it. So.
Wow,
anyway.
that just blew my mind that she's 6th.
Yeah, Tisha Torres was calling her out, and I think that fight may have been booked and then canceled or some shit happened, but she says that she's ducking her. So,
but Lemos versus Torres or Watterson, that's the way to go, I think.
Okay, hey, so let's back up a second. We missed Ricky Simone and Gamrot, who they should fight next. Now, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys who I think, and then you guys could tell me who you guys think. Ricky Simone, I would look for a fight against Pedro Munoz. I think that they're close enough in the rankings. Let me look at the rankings real quick. But I think that they're pretty close. But Munoz is like a step up. Let's see. Pedro Munoz is number.
Simone isn't even ranked.
Right, and Pedro's number 10. I'm trying to remember. Oh, but Ben, he just beat number 12, so you know he's at least going to be 12. So fighting number 10 is not a bad, not a big jump or not unrealistic. I mean, Ben, I could say he should fight Frankie Edgar next, but I don't think anybody really wants to see that fight right now. I think we want to see Frankie chill for a little while and regroup,
I say either Song Yadong or maybe Sean O'Malley. He called him out.
Yeah, I don't think Sean O'Malley's going to take that fight right now. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I don't see him taking that
It's
fight.
not like O'Malley has a lot of options ahead of him that are easy fights from here on out. He's now ranked number 13, I think.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, he doesn't. He's number 13. I mean, he wouldn't. I think he would do okay. Number 13. Yeah, I mean, I think that he would do okay against Rafael Assunção, Frankie Edgar, and Marlon Moraes. You know, that's three.
That's probably the fight that O'Malley gets next is fucking
Marlon
Moraes,
because there's not much of a risk of a takedown.
Well, they keep feeding Moraes to the guys that are coming up. So
yeah, yep. But yeah, I mean, I could see the Song Yadong fight. That would be good. I like Song Yadong. I think that dude is. Yeah, I think he's going places, man. I like him a lot, so I could see that. Nico, any ideas for Ricky Simone's next fight?
I do like Song Yadong as well. I don't think that O'Malley would be clamoring to take that fight. You can see the type of pressure that Simone applies and the wrestling that he is very, very willing to use.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't see Sean jumping out his skin for that. Song will step up for sure, though.
Yeah.
Easy.
And that'd be a hell of a scrap.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other fight was did I miss another fight?
Gamrot.
Yeah, Gamrot. What do you guys think of Gamrot, man? I mean, he is let's see, in the lightweight division, he is
3-0, 4-0.
Yeah, and he just beat Ferreira, who is 12. I mean, I think that the number 11 and number 10 guys both would be great fights. I mean, I could see him against Fiziev, and I could see him against Gillespie.
That's exactly who he should fight, is Fiziev.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, either
fight.
It is a tough fight.
Out at the office.
Yeah, but then you actually see where you stand. I mean, Gillespie's not an easy fight just because of how good his wrestling is.
Gillespie called out somebody ahead of him, though, so he's looking forward, not back.
Yeah.
I don't remember who he called out. I want to say it was Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, I don't see him getting the Tony Ferguson fight, to be honest with you. But
I don't think he's looking backwards. I think Fiziev and Gamrot's the way to go. It'll knock one of those guys from contender to pretender. One of those guys will slip down and the other one will move up. It's a good fight.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. So, yeah, we're up to the co-main event. Belal Muhammad versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Yeah, Ben, you're the only one who picked Belal Muhammad. Go ahead and let us have it, man.
I told you exactly what was going to happen, too, didn't I? I said he's big and he's strong and he's going to lean on him against the cage and he's going to do what Gilbert Burns did, which is just take him down and take him down. But I don't think the story of this fight was how good Belal Muhammad is. I think there's not much left in the top part of the division for Wonderboy.
Yeah.
Nah, and I don't want to see him become a gatekeeper.
That's all he is. That's exactly what he is. Like Burns beat him, to get to that next step in there, and now Belal's doing it.
I hate it because you're right. That's the only thing that's like irking me right now is you are right, and it's tough to watch your favorites kind of have to ride along.
Yep.
But it's like that because he was so elite and the things that he did do for us as fans and spectators while he was around. I don't want to see him become a gatekeeper. Nope. There's some legends that I'm cool with seeing stick around and fight the guys under the top 10. He's not one of them, man. He's done
like Jim Miller.
Yeah, he's not one of them. I don't want to see that for him.
Nico, do you know how badly it hurt me to see Anderson Silva's last fight in the UFC when he fought against what's the dude's name? No. Oh, was it against? No, wasn't it? It was the next fight. I thought he fought again after that against I could tell you. Hold on, I got the rankings right here. I might be wrong, but I thought his last fight in the UFC was against Jared Cannonier.
Jared Cannonier.
Right?
He
Or was it
did
Uriah
fight
Hall?
He fought them both, and they were. I just won't remember which order. I could see it being Cannonier though.
Because you
I
remember,
respect the way they paid respect to one another at the end.
yeah, because he messed up his leg in the Cannonier fight. You remember?
Yep.
Let's see. Anderson's last fight was Uriah Hall. That's right. Okay, but it took him over a year to come back. Yeah, that man. The Uriah Hall fight didn't bother me. The Cannonier fight bothered me. Like you hate to see your heroes end up like that, man.
Yeah.
But but beating the piss out of Tito Ortiz in a boxing match kind of made up for it. So
Yeah.
we're back on good terms now. But
well, the problem with Wonder Boy is, right, so even if you say maybe he's not past his prime and he's not past his skills, he's got he's gonna drop from 5th to probably 8 or 9, right?
Mhm.
So that leaves Michael Chiesa, who's probably going to do the same thing to him that Muhammad did. Sean Brady, who's definitely going to do the same thing to him that Muhammad did. Neil Magny, then you got Gilbert Burns again, Colby Covington, Usman, guys that are just going to do the same thing. The blueprint is clear. He can't do anything once you put him on his back.
a good fight for him going forward would probably be Ponzinibbio, but he's all the way down at 14. That could be a decent
that's all
fight.
that's left. I mean, you gotta look at the fights that are left in the division for him to have, and you gotta Jeff Neal. Did he already fought Jeff Neal?
Yeah, he already beat him.
But he could fight. Hey, who could he fight there? Will, number 13.
Yeah, Lee Jangalang.
Lee Jangalang.
Nico's favorite.
Man, y'all so disrespectful.
Nico's a big closet fan of Lee Jangalang.
I know he is.
Hey, but look, Bilal Muhammad, who he should fight. So we don't know who's going to fight Usman yet. That's the problem.
There's only one person that Muhammad should fight next.
I think it should be Gilbert Burns. Who do you think it is, Ben?
Sean Brady.
Sean Brady?
Brady.
Well, he's going to be ranked above Sean Brady after this. He's got to be, right?
Maybe. I mean, it would be the fight to make you want to push Brady ahead.
Yeah,
this would be a fight not for Muhammad. It would be a fight for Brady.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Muhammad is 6-0-1 in his last 7 fights, and I want to say 5 of his 6 fucking wins have been boring ass decisions.
Yeah.
So they're not pushing Muhammad.
No, that's true. I mean, yeah, sounds like Leon Edwards winning all of his fights by decision. But yeah, I'm with you on that, man. Okay, I can see it. I like that fight. What do you think of that fight, Nico? Muhammad versus Sean Brady.
It's a good fight. I like how Ben's thinking about it being a boost for Sean with Bilal being on the win streak that he's on. Kind of just take that juice from him. It would pump new, more exciting blood into that division for Kamaru to take on in the future, because we do know that he's stronger than Bilal in the area that Bilal's strongest in. So, yeah.
And since Usman's doing a victory lap at this point, starting to fight guys for the second time.
Does Usman have a fight right now?
No, but it's got to be Vicente Luque or Leon Edwards. It's got to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at the top 10 right now. He just beat Colby for the second time. Thompson just lost to Muhammad, and he's number 5, so that isn't happening. Number 6, Masvidal's lost to him twice. And then you've got Neil Magny, Sean Brady, and then Chiesa, who just lost. So out of all those guys, it's got to be Leon or Luque. Those are the only, and they're 3 and 4.
Right, yep.
So if you're Muhammad, you're not going to fight Jorge, who's ahead of you. Burns is 2. I think that's too far of a jump for Bilal.
Yep.
So I feel like the Sean Brady fight makes the most sense. I feel like Muhammad will only go up from 10 to probably 9. He'll take Chiesa's spot.
Right. Okay. I'm with you.
Because I don't think maybe he can jump up and take Magny's spot at 7, but you're not taking over Jorge or Luque or Leon or Gilbert. So But that division looks waxed if you don't put Kamaru versus Luke next, or Leon. I don't know what they're doing.
Hey, you know what we'll probably get? We'll get Muhammad versus Neil Magny, and it'll be the boringest fight of all time.
God,
that's why I feel like they won't do that, because at least Brady could have the potential to finish it.
My
right.
God, that sounds disgusting.
In a 5-rounder.
Fuck you, Will. But you know what? I don't like your attitude. Play your own fucking clip against yourself.
Yeah, I agree. No. Do what Ben said.
All I'm saying.
I agree. I don't like your attitude.
Play your own.
I'm starting a petition for that fight.
You're gonna be the only one watching it. You'll have fucking cage side seats because no one will buy tickets.
Look,
your petition.
You know, Facebook will probably like put me in Facebook jail. Like, this is a horrible idea. You're banned for a couple weeks.
Yeah, Facebook jail for you, fucker.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, the fight against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Ben, I even think you said that you didn't think it was going to be a very exciting fight, and it really wasn't. I mean, this right here is the story of the fight. That right there. Wonderboy just didn't know what to do when he got on the ground. I mean, he knew what to do, he just couldn't do it. This was kind of cool. End of the fight, they're good, whatever. I don't think I've ever seen Wonderboy in a bad mood. And Muhammad's right there. He looks like Pinky in the Brain when they're trying to figure out how they're going to take over the world. He's got that look on his face. But this one was for you, Ben, since you did pick him.
He looks so proud.
Yeah. There you go, Ben.
Herb Dean does. Yeah, people are going to remember the name so they avoid his fights.
Pretty much.
Did you hear that guy who was heckling Muhammad? Gee, how the fuck they let that guy stay here? Throw him out. He's fucking born in Chicago, for fuck's sake. Leave him alone.
Right. And he was yelling other stuff to him too. Anti-Muslim stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was. But
you did a good job of covering up most of what that guy was saying on the camera.
Said, though, afterwards, he's like, I hope I see you outside or something like that, and said that he was talking
he's
some crazy shit. Yeah, so then we went to the main event. And I mean, Ben, you picked Chris Dakaus to beat Derek Lewis, but you said you really didn't care who won the fight. It wasn't like it was going to break your heart if you were wrong. You were kind of picking him because you wanted to see some new fights in the division, which completely understandable. Me and Nico both picked Derek Lewis. And I said it the other day, but I just thought that Chris only had that one chance to win. I've never really seen him grapple much or anything like that. And it blows my mind to say this, but I think Derek was actually a more well-rounded fighter. I really do. But, Chris has that one knockout punch, and it's usually he lands it,
We have to believe he has some jiu-jitsu skills. His brother's a jiu-jitsu instructor, right?
Yeah, but man, I don't know. Yeah.
Everyone Derek Lewis hits gets put to sleep, right? I mean, right. So there's no shame in that. But this fight was weird because they both waited. Neither one of them got off until he knocked him out.
Right. No, I mean, that's true. Derek Lewis did unleash that nasty kick right there. And if he would have landed, I mean, that might have hurried up the fight a little bit. But I love Derek Lewis. I feel like he is just good for the sport, man. I really do. He's the knockout king leader now. He does not have that kind of crazy body that Francis does or anything like that. He doesn't look like he's naturally athletic like Francis or, some of these other guys. And Jesus, man, he's really, really powerful. And he's parlayed that into a great career. Yep. I mean, I loved what he said too. They said, are you looking for a title shot? He's like, well, only if they change the rules and make it a 3-rounder. He doesn't want any more 5-round fights. I thought that was hilarious, man. But He also called Ngannou, I think, a dickhead during the things. He said he thought he's like a dickhead all the time, and that he actually liked Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
I was telling y'all that last week. He don't like Francis as a person.
Yep. So going forward, I think there's some interesting fights for him. And we kind of touched on it last week, but I think that the way to go for this guy is Tai Tuivasa or Tom Aspinall. I think one of those two guys.
Too far of a step down for the guy who's ranked number 3.
He doesn't have anywhere up to go though, man. Unless they give him the Stipe Miocic fight.
And that's the problem that I was saying. Like, Lewis going down doesn't do anything for him except for fighting these young, dangerous guys. Like, that won't prove anything for him.
Right.
Like I said, him winning doesn't benefit the heavyweight division in any way because he's not getting a rematch against a guy who tooled him up for 3 rounds.
Oh,
and unless Francis loses, they're not giving Derek another title shot right away.
So Rosenstruck?
Maybe, but even him, he's got to be like barely top 10 right now. He's lost 3 in a row, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 6, I think. Yeah, he's 6.
Like, the heavyweight division is kind of, like I said, Dakaus losing there kind of sucks for the division because it kind of log jams it up again.
Yeah. I mean, but this is the thing. I don't think Lewis cares. Like, he was saying last night he'll fight whoever, and he's not really worried. He's not worried about it. He's just fighting for money, was the way that he was talking. So I don't think that him fighting like lower.
Yeah, but is there money in a tied to Tuivasa fight for him, really?
Bro, I think that fight actually would sell. Do that shit in like either Texas or in where, New Zealand? Is that where he's from, Ty?
Yeah, but they're not going to ever do a fucking event in New Zealand. The lockdown protocols over there are ridiculous.
Bro, they could have cousin Luke walk him to the ring, man. The bushwhacker, cousin Luke.
Is he still alive?
One of them is. I think it's Luke. Maybe Butch. No, I think it's Luke. But yeah, man, those guys that dude's pretty old. But man, I did like that he said that they kicked his wife out of the octagon, so he made them let her back in. I thought that was pretty damn cool too, man. Derek Lewis is. I
missed his interview.
Yeah, he's a character, man. The whole thing was fucking hilarious. So yeah, and as far as Chris Dakaus goes, I mean, there's a ton of people for him to fight in the top 15. Because I mean, he's he came in at number 7. I mean, he could fight Tybura. He could fight.
That's probably who he'll fight next.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he could. There's several guys who he could fight. So, and maybe
Derek Lewis versus Greg Hardy. Book it now,
bro. I am down.
Hardy. Oh my god, they could sell that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis versus Jake Paul. Boxing.
Greg Hardy is such a piece of shit, though.
You'd say that too loud. Nico will pick Jake Paul in that boxing match.
No.
You're Jake Paul fanboy number 1. You got to pick him.
Listen, I would picture it.
I'm giving honest assessments on him every step of the way. I just do this because people say I love him so much. So I'm just playing into it. Y'all think I love him so much? No, I don't love him so much. I just give honest assessments of fights, and sometimes I happen to be right.
5 times you've happened to be right.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's not great, but he's good. So another fight that they are trying to put together, and Cowboy is the one who wants to fight. He wants to fight Paddy Pimblett.
Wait, who wants to fight Paddy?
Cowboy Cerrone.
No.
He's calling for the fight. Seriously. So what happened was him and Chael Sonnen and I think Rampage are all in a movie together, and they're all like in Vegas or something like that filming the movie. And he told Chael one day, he's like, "Hey, what do you think of this Paddy Pimblett guy?" And Chael's like, "Oh, I think he's great, man. He's going to be a star and all this other stuff." The next day he said, "Chael, I want to fight him. I want you to put the word out for me." So Chael Sonnen's like, put it on the podcast. It's all over the place now.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think in England.
All right. Well, he has a death wish.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. So apparently he said that he knows how he's supposed to fight, and that his last fight he did not fight up to his potential, and he wants at least one more fight. So
Donald, that's not the fight you do, man. You need a legacy fight. It's not gonna happen versus Pimlet unless you just want to go out on your shield. Like
Jim Miller or Clay Guida. That's who I would have Donald fight.
Even Clay is just gonna take him down and wear him out for the.
Yeah, but I think Donald's jiu-jitsu is enough that he could definitely threaten. You don't think so? Jim Miller? I mean, Jim Miller's got good jiu-jitsu, but
he already head kicked Jim Miller's head off his shoulders
a long time ago, right?
Yeah, I don't think it changes too much.
I mean, they're both fun. All right, Nico, let's play this video and take it to the house, man. You ready? I'm gonna play your video because I couldn't get the audio.
Make sure the volume's up. Wait, there's no audio?
No, there is audio. I couldn't get the audio by itself. I didn't know if you wanted me. So go ahead, take it to the house, Nico, and we'll play it on our way out, man.
Come on, baby. Y'all already know what time it is. I told y'all motherfuckers. I'm gonna keep telling y'all motherfuckers. Jake Paul the GOAT.
Here you go. I got it too, man. There we go.
Let me stop. All right, yo. There's no need to adjust your screen. It's not Bruce Buffer, but you've been here live with TFG, only on the Fight Guys Network. Thank y'all for joining us. We're coming at you at a special day, Tuesday, live with ECW Original, Chili, Willie, Uncle Chill. It's your boy, Nick Diddy. Here with the main man, Willie G. Here with Ben the Stash, and we'll holla at y'all on Tuesday.
Peace out.
Ty Wood got his ass beat, bitch. Nate Roberts got his ass beat. Real. Ben Scrim got his ass beat. Wait. Everybody can get their ass beat. Cause I'm feeling real great, dog. Bitch. That's why I get all of this hate, dog. They even trying to say it's fake, dog. Real. All I do is win, bitch. I'm Jake Paul, bitch. Went from YouTube to boxing. All I do is win, like losing ain't an option. Every fight we gon' make $1 million profit. So much money, I'ma need another pocket. And you know Logan got my back. Matter of fact, while we at it, bitch, got your hat. Ty Woody went to sleep like take a nap. You know me, I'ma sit back and make a rap. They must have thought it was about to be a good fight. Till I hit him with the right and it was good night. He woke up in the bed with his shoes on. He ain't know what happened till he turned the news on. Ty Wood got his ass beat. Nate Roberts got his ass beat.